High school athletics are one of our nation's great treasures. Since the first public high school athletic league was organized in New York in 1903, sports has been a vital part of the high school experience. For many of us, sports, as well as other extracurriculars like fine arts and vocational clubs, provided some of our seminal memories, sweating it out in practice, running out to the roar, winning the big game with our friends. But behind the scenes of all those moments, you'd be surprised at the investment it took to make it happen. Today on Plus One, we're looking at the cost of high school athletics and dispelling a few myths about who pays for the Friday night lights. In education today, the value of high school sports is far more than sentimental. On average, we are losing 7,000 high school dropouts each day in the United States. And large amounts of money are being spent at the federal, local, and state levels to convince students to stay in school. At the federal level alone, the U.S. Department of Education spent $240 million between 2010 and 2014 on a dropout prevention program. But there is one dropout prevention program that engages almost 8 million students nationwide and consistently generates higher grades, GPAs, graduation rates, and even state test scores, and does all of this for an absolute bargain price. It even turns out 92% of the CEOs of Fortune 500 companies. No surprise here, it's your high school athletic program. But how much money does it take to run athletics, and who pays for it? When considering the budget for an athletic program, there are two types of spending to consider. Operational spending, like paying officials, field maintenance, uniforms, and transportation, and capital spending on big-ticket items like new scoreboards or larger-scale equipment. Year to year, the budget for a school can vary based on what facilities and equipment need upgrading, where teams are traveling to play, and what they are getting support in from their district. The lowest range for most athletic programs is around $125,000 per year in spending, but depending on how many sports are offered and the state of facilities, spending can easily climb into the $600,000 to $700,000 range. So with athletic costs comfortably in the six-figure neighborhood, it leads to the question of who pays for it. To answer it, let's start with the number 1. In North Carolina, $0 from the state budget goes directly to athletics, although some money from the budget will benefit us, such as funding for SROs during the school day and bus replacement. This includes the North Carolina Education Lottery, which gives no money to athletic programs. The bulk of lottery money, 67% in fiscal year 2017, went to paying non-instructional support staff in school. So that was a lot of information, but to sum it up, high school athletics is paid for with no federal money, no state budget line items, and on average 1% of most district budgets. How do athletic departments operate with so little money? Most of the time, money is raised by gate money from athletic events, as well as with the help of booster clubs that raise other money through selling merchandise, concessions, and hosting other events. Booster clubs are not made up of paid professionals. They are just parents who care about their community's experience and helping the programs of athletics, whether their child plays for that team or not. We all want the best experience possible for our kids. That is the very mission statement of West Johnston Athletics. But every year, we need your help to support our student athletes as they work for victories on and off the scoreboard. No one can do everything, but everyone can do something. Do you want your school's athletic program to give great experiences to the community and your children? Here are the biggest ways you can help. First and foremost, come watch your child play and get some food from our concession stands. Almost every dollar that is spent at athletic events goes directly to the athletic department. While you're at it, make it a bargain for yourself to come to multiple games by purchasing a booster pass if it's available. You will never regret time you spend watching your child chase their best self. Volunteer your time selling items and merchandise at concession stands. No one is asking you to miss your child's game. Sign up for a shift when the other level or gender is playing or for a whole other sport. Concession volunteers always get in the game for free. Join your school's athletic booster club. They talk openly at meetings about where money is being spent, who needs money, and how they can do more. It is no secret that most booster clubs operate by the work of some super volunteers who would love some help. Most booster clubs meet once a month, and many people participate doing the things they are good at already. Consider donating or having your business donate to the booster club. The money supports athletics just the same, and many booster clubs have non-profit status, meaning the money you give can be written off on tax returns. Or you can become a sponsor and get some advertising at sporting events. Every community deserves a high school athletic program it can be proud of. Let's work together to support victories on and off the field so we can all walk out of the stadium 1% better when the game is over.